So the accidental model that we stumbled upon was basically, we said that if we take anything outside, so if we take something, say, to South Africa, or we take something to Singapore, and we create a circuit, so we do more than one city and therefore more than one show or performance or reading or whatever, you're immediately amortizing costs and building a business model. So that was one strategy that we adopted, which was
You
very
studied
successful.
in St. Stephen's, what was your subject?
Philosophy.
Philosophy, not economics. Okay.
And the other business model that, the other philosophy that we generated is that we said, in any place where the city is in trouble or the inner city is in trouble, if you introduce the arts, you'll be able to build wealth, and you'll be able to build an economic activity. So this started actually in New York many years ago. There was a group who used to own lots of warehouses on the river, and in those days New York was in disrepair. So we had suggested that why don't you turn over the warehouses to people from the arts community, create studios, design whatever, and give it rent free. The minute you do that, that area will be gentrified and other people will start moving in. Ancillary arts people will move in. The minute they move in, they create value because they've cleaned up the area, etc. It becomes trendy, and then you've created value and you can do whatever, move them to the next space, and which became very successful in New York.
That's a very good model.
And we repeated that in a number of places.
This was
that
when
we
did you start doing this?
This was around in 2001, 2002.
And which was the company?
The then company was something called Silverstein. I forget what its new name is. It's changed hands many times since then. And then in Johannesburg, in the Central Business District, CBD, Newtown, which had fallen into great disrepair, obviously, because of the crime factor. This is again what we said. We said, let's bring the arts into this city center. You bring policing, bring the arts. Let people realize that it's safe to come back in the evenings, and make an example of it, and build the infrastructure in the Central Business District for the arts. Reopen your museums, build galleries, etc., etc. And it's been one of the most successful programs to revive and add value and wealth to the region. So people have started coming back, real estate has started booming, restaurants have started opening. It's taken time, because you also have to have enough policing in place. So this is roughly what we advise many. One of the things we do is we also advise governments in various parts of the world in terms of an arts strategy. How do you use the arts to create wealth? And again, the basis is, one of the things that I run in Delhi is called Salam Balak Trust, which is a trust for kids who run away from home, which we set up 25 years ago.
Salam
Balak Trust. After the movie Salam Bombay, we set that up. And there we have very effectively used the arts as an intervention to be able to rehabilitate these kids who run away from home for various reasons into mainstream. And this pays off. So whether it's in Australia or New Zealand or most of Europe and now America and Canada, this is what we've been propagating, and it works.
It works like magic.
It works like magic, and our entire focus, as you may have seen, Jaipur is an example, is to ensure that we get young people, and to ensure that we do not create a hierarchical system where everybody has equal access. And we're quite strict about that, as you've seen. We don't get into this, you're so and so to jake. There's a reserved place for you. Whoever you are, you're equally important as the next person. This is something that we have to, especially in places like India, where everything becomes about
VIP.
You're a VIP, you're a VVIP, I need my space. We keep saying everybody has to be treated equally. We're a democracy. Why must they be something for the haves and have-nots and stuff like that? And in a sense, going to Ashish Da's argument, which got everybody into a lot of soup, I keep saying the argument has played itself out. The irony is that what is the argument that they had? That people like you and me, who have access to the English language, who have access, who go to the right schools and colleges, we have networks. So when we need anything, we pick up the phone and we sort it out. People like them who don't have access like us have no access, so they use money to buy their way through. This is basically it. And therefore Ashida said, as long as these people continue to be corrupt, the Republic of India is safe. Look what he said. And I was saying later to these guys, I said, look at the situation today. If it had been anybody else, they would be sitting in jail like a Soni Sori, who's still sitting in jail in spite of having come to the Supreme Court. People like him and me are treated like kid gloves. We're not in jail. I mean, it's a non-bailable offense. We're not in jail. We treat like kid gloves, and the state does all it can to ensure that whatever. But it should be for everybody. It should be for everybody. And if we are not able, and which is the reason I carry on shouting from the rooftops about this whole thing about freedom of expression, it's not about complete freedom of expression or holistic freedom. It's about the right of each and every individual, wherever he or she may be, to be able to express themselves in a way, in an intellectual setting, which is different from a politician giving a bhashan. A politician gives a didactic bhashan. These are intellectual discussions. Yes, it's open to everybody, but therefore it's far more healthy as a place to let a pressure cooker have a pressure valve. So last year, for example, we went to Dantewada. We've been carrying on about how we have to be inclusive. So we said, let's do a festival for young people in Dantewada. So we did.